So, good afternoon, everyone. It is 11 o'clock on the dot. So, we'd like to welcome you all to our first Go Snap Time Management webinar. So, my name is Innocent. I hope you're all as excited as we are because, man, it is about time. So, Marinda and I, we always talk about this. We always say, oh, since COVID has started, one thing we have learned to do is to make the time count, not just to count the time. So with me, it's Marinda. Marinda, welcome. So
Thank you so much.
just a little bit of our Go Snap. Do you know what it is? We call it in one line. We say it is a short burst of information to help you and your business. That's what we call it. But Marinda, here we are here to talk about time management. So first thing first, we want you to tell us about you and the team and what you do and why is time management important.
All right. Thank you, Innocent. Thanks for that introduction. And yes, welcome to everyone who's joining us for this session for Go Snap. So I'm talking to you today because For Excellent Solutions is our management consulting company, and we partnered with Go Software for some very specific solution development. And Innocent, you ask about time management, and I think time management is such an important thing if you work for yourself or if you actually have a team that you are managing. It's something that over the last 10 years, since we started working for ourselves, that we experimented with a lot, different ways of doing it, just going through this journey of time management. And I think that's why we then partnered with Go Software to develop Go Hourly. But let me not run ahead of myself. So over to you first.
So you're saying it is important for us to keep time, to manage our time somehow. But now tell us, how are you using something? Is there a tool for you that you use to manage this time? How do you go about it?
Yes. Just before I answer your question, maybe I can just say to the people that's joining us for this session, you're really welcome um, to interact with us. You're welcome to post some questions, which we will try to answer as we go along. And our team will be monitoring the chat live so that we can make sure that we do answer your questions. All right. So time management, Innocent, why did you ask again? Just repeat your question.
Why is it important? If it is important, are you using any tool to ensure that you're managing it well?
Yes. Yeah, so time management is such an important concept, not only for a team, but also for you as an individual, for you as a person. And I mentioned that we started working on contract basis 10 years ago when we started consulting. And you know what? I think that a big realization that we had at the time was how easy it is to waste time. It's so easy to actually just get lost on your emails or just spend a lot of time monitoring the news channels or social media or whatever. And before you can get the hold of yourself, an hour has gone and you actually haven't done anything productive. So, from an individual perspective, time management is so important to make sure that you stay productive, that you keep on track with what you need to do, and because you're doing that, you then actually have more time to spend on other stuff. So you actually, in effect, get more time with your family. I found that your work-life balance is so much better because you are managing the time that you have so much more carefully. So yeah, so that's the reason from an individual point of view why time management is very important. And yeah, from a team perspective, I want to come to that a little bit later, if you don't mind. But you also asked the question about the tool, right? So for you personally, I actually want to show you guys the tool that we are using since last year for excellence is using Go hourly. And I quickly want to show you what that looks like and why it's such a great tool for you as a person to use. So I'm going to share the screen. Then
Okay.
I can, let me just quickly do that. All right. Okay. So, can you see my screen?
That's say yes, I can see it. Go
Okay.
hourly. Yep.
Excellent. Okay. So this is what it looks like if you log on to Go Hourly. Now I'm going to take you through a little bit of a process just to show you what that looks like. And I'm going to start
Is
the
this for
timer.
sorry, Marinda? Is this for me as an individual?
Well, yes, for you as an individual as well
Okay.
as a team. So, if you are an individual that needs to keep track of your time, this is a great tool to use. But also, and I'll show you just now, when you're working as a team, it really has some great benefits as well. So,
Okay.
so starting out, I normally list some tasks. So these are normally some generic tasks that we work with, design or execution planning, team meetings. Um, let's just put another task in there, say reporting. And in terms of the projects that I'm working on, you can define your projects and you then assign tasks to it. So you can add a project, and let's say this is our Go Snap project,
Okay.
right? And we make it active, and I assign some tasks to it. We have to do some planning and execution and some team meetings around that, and that is going to be it. And I save it. There's my project. Right, but now I actually have 3 projects there, so I'm going to get back to it right now.
Okay.
And that's really all you have to do to actually set it up, that you can assign time to specific projects or tasks that you are busy with. So, in terms of tracking your time, then, what we've found is that different people like to keep track of time in different ways. So, I don't know,
Mm.
Innocent, what type of person are you? Are you a writing it down type of person? Are you a push the button type of person, or what? How
Yeah.
do you normally do it on your side?
Let's make my life easy. We push the button. That's the way to go for me. Yes.
All right, great. So we found that a lot of people are like that, and they actually want to just sort of push that button on their phone, and they get it over and done with. So that's why we developed this little functionality of the timer button in hourly, and you can select your project. Say we are working on the Go Snap project. We are doing some planning, and I can enter a description. Say we are busy with the webinar. You can even put a tag. So maybe you want to tag it for invoicing. Um, and you enter it like that, and now this timer is going to run as we go, and when you're done you push the stop button, and now you can see that it's captured immediately there. It's just now very very small because it was only over a minute since I pushed the button, but let me make it bigger that you can see it there. Okay,
Oh wow.
and there you
I
can
I
see.
I like I like that very much, Marinda. This means then I don't have to write that I was working on this project for an hour on a paper anymore or on Excel,
Exactly.
right? Hmm.
Exactly. So so there's actually different ways that you can enter your time in hourly. So and it's because people work differently, like so they work with a timer or they like to enter it via a calendar. So you can click there, you can enter a new time session, enter your times there, or you can go to the timesheet and you enter it from there, almost like you would do in your Excel spreadsheet, right? So we really try to be flexible in this, that different people have different ways that they go about their time capturing, at least,
Yeah.
and it caters for all of that. So yeah, so in terms of this. So I asked you what's your preference, and you said to use the timer button. Now I'm a person that I like to almost use a calendar view. So I would say, okay, let me click there. So I actually have a calendar view here, and um, I have 30 minutes that I spent on the Go Hourly project, and it was team meetings. I don't need a tag or the details. That was what it was, and I entered it like that.
Hmm.
Sorry for that.
No, you're managing the time right there.
All right. So what's very interesting is that now you can actually also move it around, and you can change it. You can make it shorter, longer. You can edit it, and yeah, it's just really simple and easy to use. So we from a For Excellence team love hourly. That's what we've
Yes.
been using over the last year, and it's just working wonderful for us.
Mm, mm. So this is mainly for individuals. I didn't really see how would you manage a project or projects.
Yeah.
Would you like to share that with us, maybe?
Yes, so let me share with you, and I'm going to share with you maybe just before I move to the team one, let me just show you. So, for you as an individual, you can
Yes.
also go to your report and you can see for you as an individual how you spend time over the months, what you spend time on, what was the task distribution, and this is a really great view, and you're going to see it again just now in the team view. But for you as a person, remember I said to you that we need to keep track of what we're busy with and how
Mm.
productive we are. So
Yeah.
this is a great way of keeping track of that. So for us as a team, there's also a team functionality in Hourly, and it's on that button there. Um, but I'm going to show you that on our Go software team management page. And what you see here is it looks a little bit different, right? So
Mm.
we have I as the team manager have an overview of all the projects that we are working on, how many members there are, the hours that's being worked in total. So I can look at the team loading. You can see
Yes.
the long weekend there. That was a bit lower. But then, yeah, so that gives me an overview. I can have a look at, and I can add some new members here. So you add a new member, I have a very good view of who's doing what. Stefan Els is our lead developer for Go Software, so you can see his amount of hours piling up there.
Oh, I
Um,
see that.
and in a similar way than that I showed to you in the individual side,
Mm.
I also add tasks. That these are generic tasks that we sort of pick from across all our projects. Then in our projects, we can we define the project, with its specific tasks, as well as the team members. So in our individual one, you didn't see that, right? So now in
Yes.
this way, so let me show you hourly. So this is the team that worked on hourly. There's myself and Stefan defined as managers, and it's active, and those are the tasks that we work on. Right. So so you've defined the members, the projects, the tasks, and the board that I use the most from a team management perspective is the dashboard. So it looks very similar to what you've seen for an individual, but now it's for the team. And you can now filter for anything. So let me filter since the 1st of July. And now you can see, okay, so since the 1st of July, who has worked the most hours? So Stefan is the lead developer, Lebo, Mikael and Soso are the junior and trainee developers. Monica does the design, and the product that we worked on, or the project, was mostly bow tie, which we will
Hmm.
be launching by end of the month. So we are very excited about that. Go Analyze is a new project that we started last month, and we finalized Go Action just a while ago. So this is what we worked on. You can also actually, and by the way, you can see on the task distribution that most of the time was actually spent on development, which you would expect for a software
Yes.
development
Guys.
team. All
Hmm.
right. You can also go and filter this per each one of the products or projects. So for Go Bowtie, those total hours, these were the people working on it. And once again, development was the main task that received attention during this time period. So
Hmm.
for me as a team manager, you know, we actually used to spend a lot of hours trying to consolidate timesheets. People, even if you standardize on a Excel template, someone
Yeah.
still needs to actually pull together all the Excel files. Now someone added a column, or they changed the descriptions. It's
Yeah.
just a nightmare to
Yeah.
try and consolidate it like that. And what hourly has done for us is actually to cut down on consolidation times, so that nightmare time is not there anymore. So now, by the push of a button, you click report, you say yes, and by a click of a button, quickly, it exports that data into an Excel format. That Excel format goes into our payroll, into our invoicing process, and Sonia just does that so quickly because everything is standardized and there's alignment on which tasks were we working, so it's easy to report back to our clients. So really, and I'm not making this up, it's actually really has made our life so much easier over the last year by
Yeah.
using hourly.
Sure. I'm very excited. Like I said, I still like the pressing the button part out of the whole thing. And of course, the dashboard, the colors for me, they just, wow. I just can't stop getting amazed by it. But now, Marinda, yes, we see that. Where do I get the go hourly? How do I find it? What is the process?
Yeah, so if you want to try hourly, I would really recommend that you go to the website. So I'm just going to log out here, then you can see what it looks like. So the website is go-hourly.org, and you
Okay.
get to this page, and it tells you all about hourly, about what it is for, the different ways, all of it, as well as the pricing and contact details. But the best part of it is you can get going for free on it. So without any hassles, you can start with go hourly, test it out for you. For you as an individual, we have users of this system that's just people that work freelance that need to capture their
Yeah.
times and invoice it on that basis. Other people have a team like we do. Yeah, so it's actually really flexible for whatever your need is. And yes, the Go software team is still busy improving hourly all the time. So if there are any feedback that you guys out there want to give us, you're really welcome, and we will
Yes.
definitely get back to you on your suggestions. But yeah, innocent, I think to come back to the point around time management, I think, time
Yes.
management is such an important concept, especially if you get paid by the hour. So, if your income depends on you um, keeping time, this is really, really something that you need to investigate and make sure that you get it right in your business. Whether you a one man show or a one woman show in this case, or or whether you're a team, a small team, a larger
Yeah.
team, that's really
Yeah.
important to get the times right. Um,
Yeah.
so someone is asking a question here about the
Okay.
contracts and time um, times that we allocate for contracts
Okay.
being consultants. So so at the moment, I'm doing that management together with our bookkeeper to make sure that we stay within the contract limits. We have
Mm.
team meetings internally, and we look at the hours that are spent. I talk to the team upfront about what's the plan with the hours. How many hours are we budgeting for specific tasks, so that we are all aligned in terms of that.
Mm.
We will probably in future still improve hourly to include almost a target or a contract amount to include on hours. But at the moment, it doesn't cover that. So at the moment, I'm managing that with my team. But that's something that we will definitely look at going forward.
If there are any more questions on your side, there's nothing on my side. That's
Yeah,
it.
I think
Okay.
that's it.
Let's look.
That's it.
That's it.
So
Okay.
anything else on your side? So
Yeah.
are you going to improve your timekeeping as well?
Absolutely. Because now more than ever. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Before I answer that one, there's another question there from Core. Shoot. What are the integration capabilities? i.e., is an API available?
All right. So at the moment, the integration capabilities are via Excel, right? So I export the Excel spreadsheet, and you can then upload it into whatever you using for your payroll or invoicing systems. Um, but if you require some specific API to be developed, we can definitely help you with that. So Go Software have a very capable development team, and we will definitely be able to develop a specific API if that is required in a specific scenario. So yeah, talk to us and let's see what's the need, and then we can take it from there.
Cor, we hope you got a satisfying answer there. Yes, Marinda, going back to the question you asked me if ever I'm going to be using Go hourly for personal use. Yes, I'm already using Go hourly for personal use. And I have to say, since this COVID, since our lives have been rearranged, now we're finding ourselves between home office, if there is an office at all. Yes, it's very important now more than ever to keep track of where what is. Otherwise, it's very difficult to keep the a work life or personal life balance, like you mentioned earlier on. It's really becoming harder and harder now that we're having to readjust back into normal life, and then school kids back at school. Now we're having to track the
Yes,
time as to how am I going to manage all these things that I'm still expected to do within a certain period of time.
yes.
So yes, now more than ever, it's very important to see how we're making our time count.
Amen to that.
Yeah. So if there isn't much from both our sides, I think that's what the time we've allocated for. We have extra 5 more minutes. If anyone still has any question, you're more than welcome to ask. Otherwise, just drop us an email. Any other information on how to keep track of time and information that we can read up on? Do you have something that you can share with us, Marinda?
So I would say, please go to Go Hourly website, like we've said. But I also wrote a blog about our timekeeping lessons over the last 10 years, and that is on our For Excellence Solutions website under the Insights tab. So there's a blog. Monica will probably post a link for you in the chat. And yeah, please go and have a read and talk to me about it. If maybe you guys have different insights or different lessons to share out there. We are all about learning and making sure that we improve as a community. So yeah, thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much, Marinda. I think this is the time we had allocated for, right? Isn't it?
Thank you very
And
much.
as always, we are looking to co-create with all our viewers. So we're looking forward to hear from everyone. So
Yes, for
from
sure.
us, we would like to say bye-bye. Thank you very much for spending time with us.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.